And welcome back. This is your boy Korrupt10n, back here again with
The sharpening stone. It calls to me.
Chance the Sharpening Stone.
Actually, the knife is much cooler than the stone.
It's usually how that works, I think.
If people could see this knife, they would know what I'm talking about.
Oh man, am I gonna have to edit a picture in?
Knife. That's not a knife. That's a knife.
I love that thing. I think I got it for like $20.
Really? Ain't
Yeah.
bad. I'm not like a collector of knives, but I like knives.
Yeah, they're pointy.
Yeah, I've always liked knives though. Like I've always like had a fascination with just cheap pocket knives. Like they're just cool. Like,
Yeah.
I used to have like so many. Like I wasn't even like collecting them. I just wanted them. Kind of like video games now. It's like I don't consider myself a collector. I was like, damn, I want all of them. I want all the games.
All of them. Oh, well, I guess speaking of games, it's been, God, this is what? Today's the 20th?
It's been like 2 months.
Yeah, today's the 28th, I think?
No, 29th, March
29th.
30th.
Okay.
Yep.
So,
Almost February.
Yeah, so we didn't get an episode up in December.
Didn't we though?
I don't recall. I don't think we did. I think
if we did, it was really early December.
Yeah. So I mean, but yeah, we had quite the
It's been
gap.
a while.
We had quite the gap here.
We've hung out a couple of times. You come over on New Year's and
New Year's.
we got very trashed.
That was awesome.
Very trashed. And I think we were the only ones.
Yeah, we really were about the only ones.
Duck was a little tipsy.
Just not.
No, he wasn't with us though. He wasn't on the same level.
Yeah, he wasn't doom and corruption drunk.
We gotta do that again.
We do
sometime because that was.
All I know is when I show up and you're like, "I got a present for you."
Yeah.
And you pull out a 40-ounce. I'm like, "Oh shit!"
Old English.
I know what's going down tonight.
Well, then you brought over stuff to make lunch boxes, so it was like, this is gonna be dope.
Oh yeah,
and it was totally dope.
Yeah, we basically did a round of shots for everybody, and then me, you, and Duck managed to squeeze out another shot out.
And if you don't know what a lunchbox is, if you're not familiar with the bartender lingo, tell us what it is.
Okay, what we used was Blue Moon, orange juice, and amaretto.
Sounds disgusting, right? It sounds horrible. Try this shit. It's exactly like a Capri Sun.
Exactly.
It is so good. It shouldn't work, but it does.
It works. It's delicious. And
I always get a little weary when people start talking about mixing drinks with beer.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's like, are you serious? Like, beer and liquor and something else at the same time? Are you crazy?
Irish car bombs still scare the shit out of me, though.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, I've had one of those, and I don't remember that night.
Was that like Jameson,
the Bailey's Irish Cream, and Guinness Stout. I mean, it does taste like chocolate milk. It does taste like chocolate milk. It tastes like chocolate milk. Coming up, not so much.
That's one thing I can definitely say about this past experience. I did no hangover. None. I felt great the next day. And I think it was probably because I had stopped drinking and I had stayed up, past that, like a couple hours probably. I don't even know what time we went to bed. Because, we played some Street Fighter, we played some Mario Kart, which I played like this much Mario Kart, a teensy bit.
Yeah.
I was falling asleep in my first race. So, I didn't play a whole lot, but I mean, at least an hour and a half.
Yeah. You did a lot better with the Street Fighter. Even when you were like, I thought you were asleep fighting.
No, man, that was muscle memory, man. That was all muscle memory right there.
You took Akuma, and it was just like...
Notice I didn't try to get fancy and use some weird character. No, just tried and true Akuma, and I did okay.
I look over, and I swore he was asleep. His eyes were closed, and he's still whooping ass.
That's muscle memory, man. I have no idea. Well, and you guys were at a slight disadvantage when you were playing each other, you and Duck, because one of you had to use the fight stick.
Yeah.
So it's like, okay, these are going to be interesting matches.
Yeah, it looked like I was fighting drunk even if I wasn't drunk. I mean,
Well, and Duck would even be the first to tell you that he's not a Street Fighter player. Like, he doesn't play it ever. Like, he bought the game to play with us on the AGP game night we had. Didn't play it since. Like, hasn't played it since. So it's like, he'll be the first to tell you that, you know, he'll pick C Viper and spam the only move that he knows how to do with C Viper. So
hey, whatever works, man.
That one C Viper move just happens to be the most infuriating move next to Jury in the game.
That cross-up flame kick.
Yes. That and then the crap that you can do with Jury is like seriously the most. Well, that and then Zangief's big pile driver thing.
Now let me tell you though, I'm not as good with Jury, you know, and not Omega, but in Ultra, because
you're playing Ultra on PC, right?
I've got Ultra on PC, but I mean, if I could do the mode select, I'd rather play Jury with Arcade Edition.
Really? Interesting.
Because one of my famous go-to things was to do the jump back and do her. I can't remember what it's actually called, but it's, you know, that dive kick.
Yeah.
Well, in Ultra, they've patched that to where you can't do that on a jump back. It can only be a neutral jump or a jump forward.
Interesting.
So like my go-to is kind of like down.
Well, I actually gave my copy of our Arcade Edition to a friend because I thought we would be able to play. Because I bought Ultra Physical, so I thought we'd be able to play and I could just do Edition Select and select Arcade Edition and play well online with him. But can't do that. That's dumb. Like there's no reason that the netcode couldn't be the same for both games.
Yeah.
Like, and just make it so I have to Edition Select Arcade or under.
I can't believe they did it that way too, because...
Well, it's like, it's forcing people to buy Ultra if they want to play online with other people that have Ultra. And I get it, and I know that it's like, it's a lot cheaper if you buy the digital version. Like, it's only like $15-20, something like that, to upgrade to Ultra if you have Arcade Edition, you know, a disc, and then you just have to have your AE disc in there when you play, but you're still playing Ultra. So, and it's like $40 for a disc, which seems like a lot, seems like too much for a game that, you know, most people that are fans of the game have at least twice over already, you know.
Yeah.
And, you know, our Ultra was my third. You know, the only one I skipped was Super, but I came in really late. I had Vanilla, and it was a gift. But when I bought it because I wanted to actually play the latest version, I bought Arcade, and that was just last winter, sometime last February, about a year ago. That was when I first got into it, and then Ultra came out this summer, and I think I bought it in like September. So, you know, I've only spent probably $60 on it now, you know, for two different versions, because, you know, by the time I bought Arcade, it was down to $20 for a brand new copy, and that's when you bought it, and that's when a lot of us bought it, because, you know, buying it to play together.
Yeah.
So the whole point of it was to play online and have like big lobbies of people, and then we all know how that went.
Oh yeah.
Not for the uninformed, not good. It didn't go well.
Yeah, that was not the best experience with the lobby system.
You know, and I don't want to fully blame it on Capcom. I think like just the different pings because we were playing with people from all over the world.
Right.
Know? Joe in Japan and Senkai in Sweden and Arrow in the Netherlands. You know, we're playing with people all over the place, Canada and the United States. It's like, I'm not surprised that our lobbies were a little bit defunct. Now, I think if we all had a pretty similar ping, if we're all from the United States, I think it would have went a little bit better.
Right.
Or, you know, smaller groups, you know, because we had the same problem when we played Smash on the Wii U. Like, it was just like, it just didn't go well with the people that weren't in the United States. And that's not to say that, you know, we should exclude them or anything like that. It's just, it just didn't work as well as the people that were in Europe playing by themselves, or us, you know, here in the States or in Canada playing, you know, locally. Is that my phone?
Yep. Mine's still Metal Gear
Turned it on silent, but that's good news. Maximilian went live. I wonder what he's playing. Probably Resident. Probably RE.
Oh yeah, he's been playing that. I've watched a bit of that.
12:01 midnight. Guess what comes out?
I'm drawing a blank right now.
Omen.
Oh, snap.
Omen comes out at midnight tonight. Pretty sure. I've heard some chatter.
Oh, snap.
So that's happening. That's happening this weekend. I guarantee I'm going to play some Omen this weekend because I don't care what you say. I think Omen looks dope. Like, I think his moveset would be great. And, like, as far as, like, the instinct being the twirly balls of death, doesn't bother me.
I think his moveset and all that looks great. I just think his character model looks retarded.
Oh, yeah, it does. It does. He himself looks kind of dumb, but I think his moves look awesome. And his Ultra, so good.
I guess we should mention this because we haven't actually had the DNK.
I forgot.
I mean, our separate channels, everybody knows it. So, but I mean, over Christmas, we both ended up getting Xbox Ones.
Yep. And totally surprised, both of us, I think. I don't know about you. I don't know if you were surprised that you got one, but
I pretty much for sure.
You pretty much knew. I was shocked. I had no idea. They surprised the ever-loving out of me. So,
yeah.
Hard to complain.
But yeah, we ended up getting the Xbox One. I'm just going to say this just because, first.
Well, yeah.
by a day.
Not even a day. We got them the same day.
Oh, yeah, you did get yours.
Yeah,
Christmas
mine was just at night. Yours was the first thing in the morning. Mine was in the evening.
No, I had mine on Christmas Eve night.
Oh, okay. Well, you didn't send me the picture till the next day.
Well, yeah, because I figured you were asleep.
Oh. Okay, so you had yours like
bam,
20 hours ahead of me.
That's right.
Didn't matter. You couldn't play online anyway.
No, I couldn't. But I didn't even try to actually that night because I was installing anyways.
Wouldn't have mattered even if you had tried.
Yeah. But
you couldn't even sign into your profile.
Yeah.
Like, couldn't do anything.
I spent most of that night because the install time on Halo was
stupid.
God awful.
Although, that was one thing that because, like, I don't know. It doesn't matter if I say it on here. Duck had gotten an Xbox One also, and he doesn't have it anymore. He actually got rid of it, but that's neither here nor there. Yeah, we're not going to get into that on this channel. That's his business. But he brought it with him, and he had Halo, already open. So he had my brother-in-law pre-install it on my Xbox. So when it was given to me, then I could just plug it in and play Halo right away.
Right. Which
was awesome. But the problem was still that I couldn't sign into my profile. Like, it still had his profile on there, so I could play and everything. It was no big deal, but it's just like, I was just thoroughly annoyed. It's like, really? I can't even log on. Whatever. Yeah. I think the person who hacked Sony and Xbox on that day just needs to just burn in hell, because that's just bullshit, man.
But I remember I did get online with the Xbox One. I thought like 2 or 3 in the morning that night.
Maybe. They were like, we were looking it up, like, kind of as it was going. People were kind of live updating on certain websites and things, right. And like, apparently, like, somebody had gotten a hold of the person who, was responsible, roundaboutly, not directly, but said, hey, if you take this, if you stop this, then I'll hook you up with some free storage space online. It was like that mega upload guy.
Yeah.
The guy who got in trouble a few years back because of the website had a whole bunch of music and stuff on it, like pirated files and stuff. Well, he got in trouble, but his website, is
still running.
Yeah. So, I think that guy, like, promised him a bunch of storage space, it's a bunch of free shit, basically, and the guy said, okay, I'll stop.
Yeah.
I don't know, I haven't heard for sure who it is, but I heard it was like some punk kid, like, in Europe or something like that. One guy, like a teenager.
Yeah, that's what they've got at least, yeah.
And managed to do all this crap. It's like, that's stupid. So stupid.
But yeah, I knew Xbox wasn't down as long as Sony was.
Yeah, but I said it before and I'll say it again. Microsoft's system, their infrastructure for their servers and everything is better than Sony's, because Microsoft, you have to pay for it. You pay for Xbox Live.
They got a leg up too on the whole internet security thing, considering their whole company is basically based on that kind of crap.
So you pay for Xbox Live, so you pay for a better online experience than you get on Sony. Now, I'm not talking about PlayStation 4 because I have no idea about PlayStation 4, but PlayStation 3, it's like, it's not great. It's not.
The only thing I've ever, you always get asked, especially if you got both consoles, is like, well, which do you prefer? Which is better? And I'm like, they'll play the same games, about the same thing. The only difference in the online sense, I'll prefer my PS4 only because I get more local.
Yeah.
With like the Xbox, I get thrown in maybe like West Coast, East Coast type servers, and I got lag all over the place.
Yeah.
On the PS4, I get thrown in with guys. I mean, you could tell by the screen names, like K-State guys or KU guys. Like they're from like in the area, the Midwest region. Yeah. So like the lag's not as bad.
I don't know anything about PlayStation 4. Like I can't speak for that, but I have never had like a really great online experience with PlayStation 3. Like never.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just bad. Unfortunately. I mean that sucks, but there is one game that I am looking forward to playing and hopefully playing with some people online. We talked about it just a moment earlier. Guilty Gear Xrd. Like, my friend Alex told me today that there's crossplay with PS3 and PS4. So ultimately, it doesn't matter what version you get. I mean, it's just like if you have a PS3, get it on PS3. If you got a PS4, get it on PS4. It's the same price. But that game looks so good.
It's so good.
So good. I'm not even like real into anime fighters. Like I've never really played a lot of them. I played a little bit of BlazBlue and a little bit of Guilty Gear X2 with you. But just never played a lot of anime fighters. But man, something so addicting about watching Xrd online. Like I've been watching people play on Twitch.
It's so fast-paced.
So good. Like for an anime fighter, it is incredibly fast. But at the same time, it like seems a lot more patient than a game like Street Fighter or Killer Instinct, where it's kind of like gung-ho the whole time,
I mean, even though you're like constantly like, bouting at each other by, rushing and doing attacks, somebody's usually on the defense, somebody's on there's a lot of counters going on. So it goes quite a ways there. But if you get into like Street Fighter, it's like once you start wailing away, don't let up. I mean,
and those instant kills.
Oh,
man.
I was sad. I don't think I remember seeing Dizzy in Xrd, and I was kind of disappointed.
I don't recall seeing the character. I'm so bad with the names. Like, I just have to see them. I've seen a lot of Saul, a lot of Leo, a lot of Kiske.
Oh,
Kaikeski, whatever.
Yeah, well, there's Kai and then there's Sin.
Sin, yeah, Sin's
I've seen
a lot of Sin, a lot, and both of them actually. Sin's the one with the real long. He's got like a staff, almost looks like a banner or something. Yeah, he's awesome, and I think Kai's one with like it's a shorter one.
Yeah, it's like
but it might be a sword.
It's more of a sword,
but it kind of acts the same way.
Right.
I don't know. I've seen a lot of those for because. Of course, Max playing, and he uses a lot of Leo and Saul. And then, like, I watched a video of him playing against another guy, and that guy used Sin the whole time. Like, so I got to see a ton of that guy, and he looks like, and they were talking about it out there, and that guy's got a lot of range. But in exchange for his extreme range, like half screen stuff he can hit you with, they don't hit quite as hard. But they can hit from far away. Whereas a guy like Leo, you got to be a little bit closer. But damn,
yeah, he's got like a lot of counterattacks too. Leo, I've noticed. But I've also noticed with Sin is that apparently he's also got like that hunger meter.
Yeah, like you got to eat. Yeah,
he's got to have like
you got to manage your meat.
He's got he's got to eat, otherwise he tires out, and then you get free damage.
And that's so crazy. And kind of segue into our next discussion here, and we can come back to XR, but. There's a stamina meter on Mortal Kombat X. Like, characters are going to have, like, a stamina meter. And, like, if you don't have enough stamina, you won't be able to do certain things.
Oh, snap.
Yeah. Like, they're getting deep with this.
I say, that's new. I'm not used to that with Mortal Kombat, man.
I know. But, at the same time, though, like, as quick-paced as Mortal Kombat is, it's a little bit more methodical, just a little bit slower than like a Street Fighter.
Mm.
A little bit less rush down, like in the fact that you have to press a button to block and things. You really do have to think about things just a little bit differently.
Yeah.
And so a stamina meter would be, I don't know, interesting to say the least. I haven't seen it like employed, or used very much, but and I just barely caught wind of that today.
And you gave me the greatest news a little while ago.
Yep.
We got Ermac has been revealed, so...
Ermac's back, baby.
Ermac, that's my boy.
Hope they bring Scarlet back.
Scarlet, yeah, she'd be pretty awesome.
I like Scarlet.
That's kind of a weird character. 'Cause some of your moves actually have to take your part of your life bar.
Yeah.
It's like, wow. That's...
A little blood sacrifice.
Big gambles.
Hope they bring back Scarlet. I can't wait to see some Baraka. Baraka's pretty dope. I started to tell you this, and that's when I said, just hit record. I played a little bit of MK versus DC. And I know that everybody says, well, that's such a bad game. And you're not wrong, but here, I'm the guy who can find good things in almost any game. I'm enjoying the fact that I'm playing this game right now before I've played a lot, because I haven't really played a lot of Mortal Kombat 9, just with you. Like, I really haven't played much. And never played Injustice, just the demo, just barely the demo. And, with Mortal Kombat 10 coming out, I'm okay with learning certain mechanics of these games, because it's not so different. Like, it's still got, the bounce mechanics,
right.
The bounce juggle kind of things were pretty new in this game. But I like Baraka. That's who I'm using in that game. Because he's got those sweet arm blades.
He is pretty nice.
He's pretty nice.
But Ermac, I'm telling you, it's where he's at, man.
Yeah, I don't know. I'll leave Ermac to you. I don't want to double up on characters. I don't know why I've always been weird about that. Like, I don't want to play the same character that somebody else I know plays. Like, that I would be playing against, you know?
Mirror matches.
Yeah, I'm not into mirror matches. Like, my buddy Brandon, Brandon.
Yeah.
He's the one I gave my copy of AE to. And he has kind of jumped around with characters a little bit. And at first he was going to play some Akuma and some Oni. I'm like, crap, man. Don't play those guys. That's my guys.
Get your own shit.
Yeah, but he played some other ones, and he's found his niche, his match, and I gotta say, I don't like it.
You don't like it
because he's very good with this character, and I'm not good against this character at all. Gen. Of all of the characters in the cast of Street Fighter 4 Arcade Edition, the guy picks Gen and can totally just kick my ass.
Wow.
Yeah, it is so weird, but he doesn't do the things that Gen does. Like it's almost like he's random, but because of the repetition of him executing the moves, I know that it's not random. I know that he's just not mashing buttons. Like he's hitting this move because he knows it's a move, and he catches me with it all the time. But that little foot juggle thing he does.
Yeah.
He doesn't do that ever. If he pulls that off, it's usually on accident.
Oh wow.
So I'm always watching out for that, but it never comes. It never comes. But he does all these other weird ass things that Gen does, and it catches me off guard, and I don't know how to do this. So. Me, in my infinite wisdom with Street Fighters, I'm going to go practice this matchup. So I practice the matchup, probably 15, 20 matches in versus mode, on medium difficulty, just because I wanted to be able to win some too. And I feel okay. I'm pretty comfortable with this matchup. And then I go play Brandon again. It's like, you play nothing like the AI does. Nothing like the AI, and it was hard. Struggle the whole time.
Oh, jeez.
My God.
Well, I can tell you, I got a 4-character rotation now for Street Fighter.
Street Fighter? Really? Okay, let me try to guess. You got Jury, of course.
Oh, yeah. Number 1.
And then I'm going to say Viper.
Actually, no, she's out of my rotation.
Okay.
I have not used Viper in a long time.
Let's see here. Who else would you pick?
Okay, I'll give you another hint though, because it's an all girl rotation again.
Okay, that narrows it down. I'm going to say DiCaprio.
Yep.
Because that seemed like somebody that you would play. Shadowloo. More females. You got a poison?
Poison.
You got a poison.
Got a poison.
Poison's dangerous.
She is.
Oh my god. I don't want to play you.
She is Trixie.
I don't want to play you.
She is Trixie.
Let's see. There's not a ton of girls left. Let's see.
Need another hint?
Well, there's not a ton of girls left, so I'm going to say Sakura.
Holy shit.
Did I get it?
You got it.
Got it! The only one I left out, I think, was Cammy.
Cammy, Chun-Li.
Forgot Chun.
Actually, I think there was even one more. Makoto,
yeah. I forget that that's a girl. Like, I know it is, and like when I see her play, I know it is, but like just like look, I'm thinking of the roster in my brain. It's like, nope. Yep, that's a girl.
But no, I figured I wanted to try like a Ryu type character.
And other than DiCaprio, because I like DiCaprio, you picked all bitches I hate.
All bitches I hate.
All bitches I hate. Well, okay, I actually haven't played that much Poison, so I don't know.
Oh, she's dangerous.
No, I know she's dangerous. I've seen a lot of gameplay, but I mean, I personally haven't played against a lot of Poison. It freaks me out, but I can't say for sure. But TG uses Sakura. Oh, Rose. We forgot Rose.
Rose, yeah.
But I didn't figure you Rose. I didn't figure you for a Rose player. But TG plays a lot of Sakura. Oh, Ibuki. We forgot Ibuki too. Man, there's a lot of girls.
I forgot all about her.
Elena.
Actually.
There's another one.
I tried playing her. She's
different. I like Elena though. Like
she's good.
I think she's pretty low tier, like as far as like actual like competitive play goes, but I don't know, I kinda like her.
Her range is insane.
Yeah, the long legs, man. They go on forever.
They do.
They go on she's crazy range. And her what do you call it? Focus is like that. Like she like throws her legs at you.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, that's nice. I like that.
But I think where it's still at though is going to be Jury and DiCaprio. Those are they're tied at my top right now.
I can see that.
Like DiCaprio.
DiCaprio's cool.
She is.
She's like a good mixture of rushdown and charge. Like she's right there.
Yeah, and I knew a lot of people were like giving DiCaprio shit because it's a Cammy.
She's a reskin.
Yeah, I'm like, I didn't give a shit.
But she's a reskin, but she is pretty dramatically different than Cammy. Whereas a guy like Evil Ryu, not so different than Ryu. Well, different. You can be good with Ryu and not with Evil Ryu, or vice versa. Like, they're different enough that they don't feel just like a costume change. But
right.
Or like a Kuma and Oni. But man, DiCaprio and Cammy are not even the same at all.
See, I've never played any Cammy, but
I don't like Cammy.
But that DiCaprio, I mean, but I was like,
I can't play Cammy, which is why.
What were they going to expect between like a Bison doll? I mean, they all 12 look about the same.
I like her moves though. Like I like her Ultra 1, the big
Psycho
ball.
Stream.
Yeah, that big ball. Because like you can get trapped behind that. Like she can like put it behind you, and then like hit you into it.
Yeah, Psycho
Stream. Kind of like Urien from.
Third Strike. Like, because that's what the Aegis Reflector, that's what it did. He would put it out behind you, and then just like hit you into it. And just start bouncing. Yeah. But I like Psycho Stream, but I think I like DCM better. I wish I could get my anti-air DCM down, but on keyboard, I'm having trouble getting those key commands to work with me. I got to practice some more.
Keyboards. Although I think I saw Justin Wong playing with keyboard the other night. Like it was nothing.
I'm telling you. From what I could do on keyboard, you can pull off some shit that you can't do with a controller or with a joystick.
Well, if you're really good at it. Like, I still have trouble with like pulling off ultras and stuff with a fight stick. Like, I like to fight stick and I love to play with them, but like doing the quarter circle, quarter, like. Sometimes I just do it too fast or I do it too slow.
Right.
Or I'm not getting the input just right. But keyboard, you can get perfect.
Right. That's the one thing, though, I've noticed with Street Fighter, specifically Street Fighter, is that they've got like this certain input timing. Because on keyboard, I can actually put in inputs way too fast. and I won't throw anything.
Yeah.
I'm like, well, what the hell? That's the key. Oh, okay. I got to do it a little bit slower. Yeah, I'm fireballs. I'll whiff fireballs all day because I'll go too fast.
Yeah.
But Z's,
like, yeah, if you're doing a whiff fireball, it's always funny. You can tell when people are whiffing them because they squat punch, squat punch, squat punch. It's like, oh, you're trying to do a fireball right now. I could tell.
But I'm really wanting to see how a keyboard or / hitbox works on Killer Instinct.
Man, that game.
Oh God, I love that game.
That game, man. I'm having trouble deciding in my brains which one's better for me. Like, which one do I truly enjoy more? Street Fighter 4 or Killer Instinct? And they are so similar in so many ways, yet so different in so many ways.
I have put more time in Killer Instinct.
I have put close to 25 hours into Killer Instinct, and I've had it for less than a month.
Yeah.
Or maybe close to right at about a month. Right at about a month.
Yeah, because you actually had it before I did.
Yeah, I bought the physical version pretty close after Christmas. Although, no, I would say I didn't actually, because I remember the day I started playing it was actually, oddly enough, I started playing it like a couple of days after Duck went home.
Right.
And he went home like the 3rd.
Because
so I will say less than a month still.
Because on New Year's Eve you were downloading it.
Still hadn't played it, right?
Yeah, because we started downloading it, and then
we would play Street Fighter or something.
Yeah, and by that time you played out, and you're like, it's still loading. Oh my God.
Yeah. So, yeah, it was after New Year, so it was probably, I don't know, we'll say the 3rd or the 4th because I don't really know for sure. So less than a month, and I've put almost 25 hours into this, and I've put right at about, give or take a couple hours, about 40 hours into Street Fighter since February. Does that say anything? I've put close to little more than half as much Killer Instinct in one month than I have in almost a whole year of Street Fighter. And I've played Street Fighter a lot.
Yeah.
A lot. 42, we'll say 42. Because I'm not sure.
And you even had professional training in Street Fighter, man.
Yeah, that was amazing. But it was not professional training. It was professional training, but I didn't learn anything. I was just like... That was so much fun.
But yeah, Killer Instinct, I remember after you got it, and I think I played it at your place, and I went back and I downloaded the free version here, and I played on the free version for about a week, so I had a week of Orchid.
Ugh.
And I loved Orchid.
I hate her so much. She's fun to play, don't get me wrong. Like, I like to play as her, because she's got stupid combos. Stupid combos. But man... playing against AI, even AI Orchid, on even like medium, is just like, you can't get a punch in. It's
God. AI Sadira is what drives me batty.
Sadira's cool, though.
Sadira's cool, but playing her on AI is bullshit.
She's super top tier. I'm pretty sure, I can't remember for positive for sure, but pretty sure the guy who won EVO last year played Sadira. CD Jr. Yeah. Pretty sure he played Sadira.
But
Is this a fighting game podcast? This is all we've talked about.
All we talk about. I think I mentioned like in my last video, I'm like, I blame Chance for getting me into fighting games again.
Oh man, and I go in phases. I will play for pretty solid for like several weeks, and then I'll kind of I'll let him sit for let him rest. Then I always come back.
Always come back
to him.
See, I'd let it sit for a long time until I came back here, and then you were like, "You got to play Street Fighter."
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Spend that money.
Pulled my leg. But yeah,
and that was like not too long after you moved here either.
Yeah.
So I think you had just moved here to this place, this house.
Yep.
When we started playing Street Fighter.
Yeah. And it was mainly the podcast, even because that was the AGP game night.
Yeah, and you weren't even going to be able to make it. Like, you had to work, and then, like, at the last minute, you didn't have to work.
Yeah.
I remember that, because, like, I was happy when I saw you log on, because we had already started playing, and I saw you jump on, and I, like, texted you or something.
Yeah, and then what I did was I set my laptop up next to me, and I turned this on, and I got on Skype with the laptop, and because at that time I still had my computer in the other room.
Yeah.
So it wasn't as a convenient location as it now.
Skype on my phone. That's the way to be.
Well, now you just do it on your Xbox One,
Ultimate lazy. Yeah, I haven't even tried that yet. I should have tried it the other night when we recorded. We recorded a podcast a couple weeks ago. I should have tried it then.
I told you to do that to begin with, man.
It's so much easier on my phone.
Well,
because then if I got to go use the John, I can just mute it and go use the John. I don't have to miss anything.
Oh, the secret's revealed.
Yes. I've gone to the bathroom on the podcast before. I'm not ashamed.
But yeah, fighting games have been the big thing this year.
Oh, man.
It's only looking more up.
Oh, my God. Seriously. With XR, fairly new year. I think it just came out in December. And Mortal Kombat X coming out in April on your birthday.
April, my birthday.
On your birthday.
I seen that. I was so excited.
Yeah. And Season 2 Killer Instinct characters continuing to come out the rest of the year. Cinder's coming soon. I don't know when. I don't know what month for sure, but Cinder's coming, and that's freaking awesome.
I think Gollum is the next one.
Coming. And then there's like 2 more after that.
Yeah, there's 2 others if I remember.
Omen, Cinder, Golem, and then 2 more after that. And I know who they are, but I don't know their names. Like,
right.
They basically said who's coming out. Still.
One's Arya.
Yeah.
One's Arya. So
and then
the last one I can't.
One of them, and it's not Tusk, and that's what making everybody mad. It's not Tusk. Like, well, let's just support these guys right now and really push for a season 3.
Yeah.
Because they could do it.
Yeah.
Totally do it. Give us some new characters. Don't have to bring back all the old ones if you don't want to.
Right.
But I'm pretty happy with all of them they've chosen so far. The only ones that, are the ones that I don't use, like Maya. Larry. I just don't care about Maya.
That's about
Maya's
the only
cool,
one.
but I just don't care.
That's the only one I haven't really gotten the grasp
Conra's cool, but I will never play as Conra. Like I know you do. And he's cool. I like him. I like that he's in the game, but I'll never use him.
Yeah.
Orchid, Orchid's Orchid, but I'll never use Orchid. But those are really the only bad things I can say. Just, there's, X amount of characters that I'll never use.
All I can say is all about the saber wolf.
All about that wolf. That wolf's cool. I played through the arcade or the story mode. No, it wasn't Saber. Actually, it was did survival with Saber for some reason. I was doing survival. Survival's cool because you can actually store up your meter. Like you can, if you end the game with meter, you get to carry it over, which is cool.
Yeah, it helps out.
I made like 21 rounds of survival with Jago. That was pretty awesome.
Ooh,
yeah.
I haven't really tried survival yet. I need to.
It's cool. It's just endless matches. Like you beat a person and then you gain some health back, but not all of it.
Right.
Unless you have only lost a certain amount, then you'll be back at full health. Like if you're still in green, you'll gain all your green back. But if you're in red, you won't get all of your green back.
Right.
I think you get back 1 full bar. I think is what it is. So like if you got half of red left, you'll get 1 full bar, so you'll have half of green at the start of the next game. Like, and it just climbs up the ladder just like the story mode does. But it just continues on until you lose. If you lose a game, then you're done.
I know you're not too happy about your Street Fighter game going PlayStation PC.
I'm not pissed off. It just makes me have to buy a PlayStation 4 sooner than I want to.
Well, yeah. But I know if anything else, I'll probably get a hold of it.
Yeah.
And you just come over here.
Yeah. I'm set. But I heard there's a rumor out today, I don't know the truth of it. I don't know what. PS4 Slim is a possibility already.
Yeah, I could see it.
I could see it too. And if there's like a considerable price drop,
may as well.
I may have one by the time Street Fighter V comes out, and that'll be great. There's not a ton of PS4 exclusives that I would consider buying the system for. I mean, I know you're a From Software guy, so
Bloodborne.
If you didn't already have a PlayStation 4, I'm sure that that would be a good possibility. PS4 Slim by the time the Bloodborne comes out. But for me, it's Street Fighter V.
Yeah.
So,
but I'm still actually debating what I'm going to buy it for. If I'm going to buy it for PS4, if I'm going to buy it for PC.
Let's face it, you're going to end up on both.
Yeah. that's how it worked out with Ultra. Yeah. Well, not quite, because I haven't actually bought Ultra for PlayStation yet.
Well, and that's the other thing. Ultra's coming out for PS4 too.
Yeah.
It's like, man, that one really doesn't make sense because they could totally just put Ultra on Xbox One. So they just have to up-res the 360 version. They don't have to actually even do anything.
Yeah, I don't know whatever. I don't know what the deal is, what got worked out.
Well, let's just say that, for argument's sake, Sony kind of owns part of Capcom right now. They probably don't really, but the fact that Street Fighter V, a name like Street Fighter V, is going to be exclusive to Sony's system, says to me that there's some Sony dollars in Capcom's pocket.
Especially considering the fact that, Street Fighter hasn't been a console exclusive ever.
Ever, yeah.
So, yeah, I don't know. There was a deal made out somewhere. And
that's fine. I'm all for it. Sure. If Sony is ballsy enough to shove money in Capcom's pocket to make the game, power to them. Because obviously Capcom is not in a good place money-wise. They couldn't afford to make the game in the first place. So, I'm not going to complain.
I'm not certain when Dead or Alive 5 Last Round comes out. I know it's on pre-order.
I've never played a Dead or Alive game.
Neither have I, but I've always kind of wanted to try them. The only off-putting thing was, back in the DOA days, it was, basically Xbox exclusive.
Yeah.
And that was the days I didn't have an Xbox, and I actually hadn't ever planned on owning one.
Well, you still never have.
Well, yeah, the first one I never have. Yeah, 360, it took me... God, how long did it take me to 360? Because that's the Elite, and that was at the end of its lifespan because the...
That's not at the end of the Xbox lifespan.
No, but I mean the
Model 1.
Yeah, because those Slims were coming in.
Were like a couple years after that.
Yeah.
Maybe a year after that, 2 years. Not too long.
So
I don't even know what year the Slims came out, like 2010? Something
like that. I knew it took me a long time to get a 360.
I got mine in 2008, but I hadn't had like a real. I wasn't gaming then. Like I wasn't playing anything. I had an original Xbox and PlayStation 2, but I really wasn't playing much. Some Tony Hawk, some Final Fantasy X, some Halo. That's about it. And then I got 360 and played Halo 3 and. Then a magical game called Call of Duty 4 came out, and the rest is history.
Oh, Call of Duty 4!
Haters gonna hate, but that game changed everything.
It did.
Everything.
And, as much as I don't really want to put ideas in EA's head, just because, I wouldn't be mad if they decided to go like a Master Chief Edition on
Call of Duty. I would buy an Xbox One version of Modern Warfare 1, 2, and 3.
Yeah.
I would buy it like that.
Yeah.
That would be great to play that. Even though I just played those games last year, I would totally play them again in high def.
Oh, yeah. Especially Modern Warfare 1. Oh, my God.
Such a good game.
They would make so much money. Hand over fist.
Not like they need it.
No, but...
I did beat Advanced Warfare.
You did?
That was fantastic.
That was pretty good, actually.
I hate that I played it on easy because it was like really easy and like really quick, like
Yeah.
really fast.
Veteran mode actually wasn't as bad as it has been in the past.
I should have played it on at least one harder or two harder because, man, easy was such a cakewalk. But there were just guns everywhere.
There
everywhere. Like you could get a new gun every other shot if you wanted to. It was just everywhere. I don't know if it's like that on the harder difficulties or not, but man, I never ran out of ammo in anything.
I wish the grenades in the multiplayer were like they were in the single player.
Yeah, why are they not?
I hate that little grenade launcher exo thing.
I don't understand why the grenade launcher isn't in the single player. Because it's like a huge learning thing in the multiplayer. Like, you have to learn how to do it.
Right.
And they don't teach you in the campaign, which is the reason behind the campaigns nowadays, which I don't necessarily love the fact that the campaign is more or less a tutorial for how to play the game. I would say Advanced Warfare is the exception to that, because Advanced Warfare, the campaign was just fucking brilliant.
Spacey.
So good. So good. And after playing quite a bit of the multiplayer, it's the shine wore off a little bit. Mm-hmm. It was still really good. It was different, and I think that's what I wanted in the long run. But, man, the campaign was dope. It was so good.
And I knew the DLC just dropped the other day. I actually haven't got around to it. A buddy of mine, young Josh, he was playing zombies the other day, and it was just funny listening to him go about trying to play it.
Well, it's like they're exo zombies, so they can do things that
zombies shouldn't do.
They never did before. I think it looked like a lot of fun, but I just don't know if I want to spend the money.
Yeah,
it's like $20.
It's 15.
15? Well, ain't bad, I guess. I know it's only $5 difference, but
I
don't know. I can't do it right now, but it's something to think about.
I know afterwards I'm going to try and get on. I'm going to look into seeing it, because I knew last night there was a discount on the game, but I don't know if it's still going. But Dragon Age Inquisition was on sale for like $40.
Nice.
So I'm thinking I wanted to try it out. On the Xbox One. I almost said 360. I almost said 360.
Well, I pointed over there because I guess the Xbox One box is over there, so that's where I pointed to.
Yeah,
the system's actually right in front of you.
But I played Dragon Age 2 some years back, and I hated it.
Well, that's the black sheep too.
Oh, is it?
From all Dragon Age fans, like Dragon Age Origins, and just skip Dragon Age 2. Like,
I don't know. I've been kind of funny about how BioWare's games have been going here lately, because like Mass Effect games never appealed to me. Dragon Age didn't really appeal to me, but I tried it. I don't know. They've kind of gone.
I mean, before you pull the trigger, if you want to play Origins, I got Origins.
You got Origins.
You can play it.
Well, I knew this one though. Like I said, it's on sale at the moment for like a gold. I don't know, like a flash sale maybe. So I'm gonna see if it's still even going. Otherwise, they did have Titanfall for like $20.
Yeah, it's pretty cheap for a used copy. I got that for $22. It's pretty cheap now. I'll say this about Titanfall. It's very good. The shooting is very good. It's fast. Like, the wall running is just fantastic. The Titans are great. They control really well. They shoot. The shooting feels so good. But the game is shallow. Shallow. You're playing in an online match. Always. It's the only option you have. Playing an online match. And I don't know how big the lobbies are. Typical first-person shooter lobbies, like, we'll say 10, 12 people. I don't know.
Yeah.
But there's a lot more than 5 or 6 enemies that you're shooting at. There's a bunch of, like, minions, like drone-type characters.
Right.
They're everywhere. And it's fun. I mean, you shoot them, you kill them, you get points, but less points than pilot kills, because pilots are the actual ones that drive the Titans. Pilot kills give you a whole lot more, and they're harder to kill because they're better than they're a little
bit smarter than the
average.
They're
a lot smarter than the AI. The AI is dumb. They run straight at you with a sign that says "shoot me." But
holding the gun backwards.
So you'll go through the game, and like depending on how many people are actually in your lobby, you'll kill a lot of these drones, but you might not even see people unless they're driving the Titans. Which, then they stick out like sore thumbs. It's a giant robot, middle of the map, eating things. And then it's fun. It's fun to fight as the Titan, be in the Titans. There's different classes of Titans. I unlocked like a demolitions type Titan, which is a little bit smaller but has some sweet explosives, and then there's your standard assault type, which is basically like a big old machine gun type of thing with some missile salvos on the shoulders and things. So it's got some depth there, like with your, I don't know about customization. Like I really haven't figured out how to change loadouts and things, but like you can pick like different character classes, but I haven't figured out how to edit their loadouts.
Right.
So it's a little bit shallow for a first person shooter in the age we live in of first person shooters. And I don't know. I want to say this about the developers. Why couldn't there have been a single player campaign for this game? Because there is a campaign.
Yeah.
But you play it online with people. And you can't start at the beginning. Like if you pick the campaign playlist to play the campaign, you just start at whatever level they're on.
Right. Yeah.
Like you don't get to choose. Like you just jump in the lobby and you can play through it. So
good God.
It's dumb. Like how it works. And I'm not surprised that the game didn't sell well. Not surprised that it's not more popular than it is. But saying that feels disingenuous because it is a great game. There is everything there for it to be a AAA title and a great game.
Yeah.
And
as much as they put into it, man. Wow.
There's a ton of money in that game.
Yeah.
And I think that I think that they made money on it in the long run, especially because it's on PC too, and there's a lot of PC players and stuff. But I just don't think that the game sold Xboxes. You know what I mean?
Like they were expecting.
Yeah, they were expecting people. This was going to be the killer app. People are going to get an Xbox One to play Titanfall, just like they thought that Destiny would do for PlayStation 4. Right. They thought people are going to buy PlayStation 4s to play Destiny.
The funny thing with Destiny, though, is it wasn't even an exclusive.
Right, but they treated it like it was.
They treated it like it was.
Their advertising dollars went to Sony, for Destiny. And maybe Bungie's just mad at Microsoft because of the whole Halo thing. I don't know, but it wasn't exclusive, and I didn't buy it on the PlayStation 4. I bought it on the Xbox One. But all of the advertisement for Destiny went to Sony. All of it.
I have not played Destiny for a while.
I haven't either.
I mean, it was fun and it was enjoyable, but I mean, at a certain point, I had to wait for I had to wait for DLC content to keep. There's enough there to keep you going if you're OCD about gear.
And I think there's enough there to justify a purchase for anyone if you like a good first-person shooter because it's great.
Right.
It's really great. But the problem is that the content is so slow coming.
Right.
The things that were promised have not come to fruition yet. But that said, the campaign was great. It's great. It just kind of ends.
Yeah.
And you're just like, all right, that was it. And you just don't know where to go. Then it's like, well, crap. And I don't love the armor leveling and stuff that you have to do post level 20.
Yeah.
With the light armor.
Yeah, I didn't quite care for that either.
I don't understand it.
It was a gear grind kind of mechanic. Yeah. I mean, kind of used to it from playing games like WoW and shit like that, and that's what people were expecting was a World of Warcraft with guns. But there just wasn't as much there to say, it's really like WoW light.
And I don't love the Crucible stuff, the PvP stuff. It's okay.
Some of it was okay, but I didn't care for Iron Banner or some of the other things like the monthly or whatever bullshit. some of those PvP things I didn't care for. But the Crucible, certain aspects I did enjoy.
Well, the Crucible, like, when you jump on there, doesn't really matter what level you are. It kind of evens everybody out.
Right.
Whereas the Iron Banner was, like...
It's supposed to be like the guys with exotics are going to
if you're OP, you're OP.
Yeah. I mean, it's kind of cool because, I mean, it gives you purpose for, like, you know, grinding all that gear all that time. But in the same token, it's like, oh, this is bullshit. You want me to get achievements.
Yeah.
I can't even get this shit.
I've only done one strike, like one of the really early strikes. It might have even been the Earth one, just because I needed to grind up some levels so I could finish the game. So I could go to the Black Garden because I wasn't even available yet. Like, I couldn't go there yet because I wasn't strong enough.
Right.
Because it does, like, have a, you know, you have to be a certain level to do things. Because, like, you're not going to get anywhere in this if you're not at least this level. And so I was on with a couple of buddies, and did the strike to get some experience. And that was fun. And I'd like to go back and at least go through the rest of the strikes at least once, just to do them. And I don't know. I'd like to take part in a raid at some point, but to go into a raid, you have to have pretty much maxed out. Like, you have to have your gear, like, completely maxed out. Otherwise, you're not going to live.
Vault of Glass was the only raid when I was playing.
Yeah.
And I didn't get into it yet, but I remember me and Steven were, like, trying to work up to it.
Yeah.
And I can't remember you had to be, like, light level, 28, I think, minimum to get in or some crap like that.
Yeah,
and I'm like,
something.
ugh.
Well, and it's like 33 now is, like, max. I don't know.
Oh, is that for, like, the Dark Below?
Yeah, Dark Below. Like, I think 33 is the max now.
Oy.
I've seen lots of 31s and 32s, and I haven't seen very many 33s, but it's like, it just seems like once you hit level 20, it's just such a slow grind.
Oh, it is.
That it's just not as much fun for me, at least. I'm not judging anyone, because the game is still super fun to play. The shooting is so good, and I like the way that, like, the ammo mechanics work. You know, there's 3 kinds of ammo.
Yeah.
For every single gun in the game. Like, there is the standard ammo, normal ammo, your special ammo, and then there's heavy ammo. And that's it.
Yep.
You know, you don't have to find ammo for a specific gun. Like, you got your primary slot, your secondary slot, and your heavy slot. And it doesn't matter if it's a rocket launcher or a machine gun, it takes heavy ammo. So I like that part about the game. You very rarely have to worry about running out of ammunition, except for, like, in, like, boss type battles, like, where I've gotten pretty low before, or, like, places where there's just a ton of enemies and you're trying to pick them off from a distance. But I really like I like the way that the weapons work and the drops and things. It's not ideal. Like, you don't always get the best guns right away, and
right.
Like, the really good stuff, you know, like your blues and your purples and stuff. You know, they're pretty.
But then again, there's just, like, one day out of like the whole Cosmos year or whatever, you might just get lucky and just bam, purple drop off of, like, a level 2 thing. And like, what? So
I've gotten pretty attached to scout rifles. That's my jam.
Yeah.
Scout rifles, and I don't know. This was, like, the first game that I ever really, like, used a sniper rifle quite a bit. You know, because it was nice that it was a secondary, like. You could do whatever the hell you wanted, and then just, oh, hey, I got this sniper, you know, pick all these guys from back here. Yeah.
I was very close range, because I had my purple hand cannon.
Yeah.
And then I
had one of those, actually. That's, like, this is the only legendary I have is a hand cannon.
Yeah, I think mine was the Devil You Know, I think it was something like
I don't know what that's called.
But it was hilarious, because I got that, and I didn't use hand cannons until then. I'm like, it's purple, fuck it, I'll use it. It's like the best gun there is.
I had a hand cannon pretty early on. I tried it, but it was a 3-shot magazine. I was like, I am not doing this.
Yeah.
I am not doing this. I'm not reloading after 3 shots. I had a shotgun like that, too. It was torturous.
See, my secondary is a shotgun. And then my heavy is a rocket launcher.
See, I used a shotgun for most of the game, but I switched to the sniper when I was doing a lot of, like, the patrol missions and stuff, where I was trying for precision shots.
Right.
Or, like, I had to kill, like, ultras or majors, and it's like, well, I just want to shoot them from back here. I don't want to get real close.
I don't want to mess with them.
I don't want to get real close. I'll just stand back here and just pick them off. So that was nice. But for most of the game, I used shotgun, and then I used heavy machine gun. Just because I was using a scout rifle, for pop 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 pop. I wanted a heavy machine gun for the really hairy situations where I just wanted to spray and pray. It was a good game. I'm really glad that I bought it. I'm glad that I only spent $30 on it though. Like, I can imagine like buying this at full price day one and it being just a little disappointed when I finished it in 5 days.
Yeah, I mean, it wasn't bad, but it wasn't the great hype that we were wanting. But
so far, the hypest game for me on the Xbox One has got to be Killer Instinct.
Oh, yes.
The free-to-play game, or $20 to buy it, is the best game on the system. And I'm like thinking to myself, like when I'm telling people about how good it is, it's like, I don't want to spend your money for you or like tell you that you should buy a console for a free-to-play game. But Killer Instinct, man, like, so good.
I had Josh on here last night even, and he hadn't played it. He didn't care for it, but he started playing it. He had, the free thing.
Yeah.
Saberwolf's a free rotation this week, apparently.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm like, fuck, I know Saberwolf. Jump in the lobby here. I'll train you some.
We'll talk dogs for a minute.
I got him some basics down. He's catching on. The excitement in this kid's voice every time he starts pulling off like some crazy
like
combos.
A shadow or something.
Oh yeah, it's just, I'm like, okay, you're gonna be playing this game. Go drop some money, get you some more characters.
Well, for $40,
yeah,
you get an ongoing game. Or $20, $20 for a solid stack of 8 characters.
Right.
Solid stack. They're arguably, except for your Conra. Right now, arguably, with Season 2, there's no one that you absolutely need, except maybe TJ. Because TJ's great.
I can't use him. I'm not good with
TJ.
I'm not good with him. I could do Conra and I could do Riptor.
Yeah.
That's about it.
But just for argument's sake, there's no one you need in Season 2.
Right.
Season 1 has got a super well-balanced cast and, like, a character for pretty much any play style.
Yeah. And not to mention, I mean, you can actually, even just Season 1, then you can work and try and unlock, the 9th character.
Yeah.
It's a pain in the ass, but you could do that.
I was looking up today how I'd like to try and get him without doing all that stuff, but nope.
Nope.
You could if you, like, pre-ordered it or something. Like, if you got an Xbox, like, right away, before Killer Instinct was actually even out. You could have gotten Shadow Jago right away, but no, now you have to like beat the game on like the hardest difficulty with like
you gotta have like all endings unlocked. You gotta beat the hardest difficulty. Have like what
two supreme victories, and you have to ultra a specific person. I can't remember who.
I think it's the person right before you would fight Jago.
Two ultras, 2 supreme victories. And then it will skip Fulgore.
Oh, yeah.
It'll skip Fulgore, because Fulgore is the boss for everybody except Fulgore, maybe. I don't know who's Fulgore fight.
I don't know.
I've never played his story modes. I don't know who Fulgore
Yeah, I'm not the greatest with Fulgore.
Fulgore's hard. Like, I applaud anyone who's good with Fulgore, because he basically plays like Jago, pretty much, but not.
Yeah.
He's hard.
He's like a Jago Spinal mix.
He's hard. He's hard to do. Spinal's cool, though. I like Spinal.
Goddamn skeleton. Goddamn skeleton.
I love Spinal.
Take your ass back to Tales from the Crypt.
But anyway, yeah, like, it's a pain on the hardest difficulty. And I don't know, how much people know about KI, but the Kyle difficulty is a learning computer. It will not let you do the same things over and over again. It will not. You try to spam something, ain't happening. Break it every time. So you have to be like a certain level of randomness with your combos, and you have to be very good with your combos, very good with your manuals. and not throwing out a lot of breakable stuff. Because he'll break it.
And just hope he doesn't have meter for goddamn shadow counter.
Oh god. I can't even imagine because I can't beat the game on medium. I can't beat the story mode on medium, like on true medium, not like for the second ending or whatever.
Yeah.
There's some weird mechanics there. Like you can play the whole thing on easy,
get all endings,
and get all but the last one. On the last ending, you have to, or at least with Jago, it's different for everybody. On Jago, you have to be at least on medium difficulty on the third to get the true ending, the third ending, which is the true ending.
I was working so hard on Saberwolves. I was that close to having that ending, and I missed the goddamn Ultra combo.
Yep. See, that's the big thing, and you can't restart the match.
Nope.
You have to do the whole thing over again. The whole ladder.
Pissed me off so bad.
It's bad.
Because it was on Thunder. It was on Thunder, and I'm like...
playing as Thunder?
No, I was playing against Thunder. And I don't know if you know, but Thunder's kind of a bitch to fight against, AI-wise.
I don't know. I haven't played a lot of AI Thunder. Just on survival, I guess.
Oh my god. The blocking is real.
I like to use Thunder. Thunder's cool.
Yeah, I like using him.
He's got some cool moves.
Got that as my Facebook.
Saw that. I like Thunder. I like Spinal. I like Jago. Jago's my guy. But, it's no secret. Jago plays exactly like an Akuma or a Ken or Ryu character.
Yeah.
He's got a wind kick, which is pretty much like the spinning Tatsu kick on Street Fighter. He's got a Dragon Punch. He's got a Hadouken. He plays pretty much the same game that those guys do, but he's got some different things. I like the heavy, the shadow heavy sword, windmill sword thing he does. That's a move I use quite a bit.
I especially like doing a throw cancel with that.
Yeah.
That's really awesome.
Throws all feel really good.
Yeah.
I like Glacius a lot, but I'm not very good with him.
I can't really use him. I mean, he's awesome.
I've never been a zoning character anyway, so it's like you don't play the same.
Yeah.
He doesn't rush down at all. He stays back. He wants you in the corner and to be far away from you.
Yeah.
And I don't play like that. I want to be in your face.
Like I said, Orchid and Saberwolf is two of the rushdown characters in the game.
Yeah.
And then Thunder, he's a grappler, basically. Yeah. So.
Well, Jago's a rushdown too, but he's not quite as quick as Saber and Sadira. Not quite as...
He's actually kind of like a good medium because he can do zoning and...
He's probably, arguably, the easiest... Him and Saber, I think, are the easiest two to learn in the game, right away.
I would actually say Saber probably a lot easier, just because of the simple back, forth, and down, up.
And you could spam the shit out of his lights and mediums, and get good combos out of it. Which is nothing wrong with that. It's just a fact, just the way it works. It's the way his moves are, because he's a wolf, so he's got lots of scratching your face off and biting your ankles.
And then his instincts actually a damage buff, so
yeah,
that helps.
That Shadow Eclipse, man.
Ooh, yeah.
Super damage.
Especially a wake up Shadow Eclipse.
There's no escaping. No, Sadira is really great too, and her moves actually aren't that hard to learn. She's one of the only characters that has a double jump, and I think she might be the only character that has a double jump, and she's safe in the air too, so you can't hit her in the air. It's like
Yeah, about the only counter you can get is if you can get her on the single jump with Orchid and do the air throw.
And her instinct is infuriating.
Oh, yes.
Infuriating. Those spider webs.
Spider trap. Oh, yeah, the trap.
Oh, my God. I was playing against AI on easy against Sadira, and I got caught in a corner with these webs. I couldn't do anything.
She will tear you
I was locked out, and I was done. It's a match over.
Because she'll let those damn traps hit you 8 times, and then she'll just start in on a combo, and it's like, are you shitting me?
And by this time, you're so frustrated, you're just mashing buttons, locking yourself out. It's just, oh.
Greatest game ever.
Oh, I love this game so much. It's interesting. Like we got a little bit of first person shooter talk in there, but mostly been fighting games this whole time.
Oh yeah. I said we really hit the fighting games pretty hard the last 6 months.
Yeah, I haven't made a video on it, but I've kind of decided that I want to focus a lot on fighting games. This year, I want to genuinely see improvement in my game.
Right.
By the end of the year, and it's not that I want to play on a professional level at all. I don't want to do that. I don't want to go to tournaments and play, but it's something that I am super passionate about. I love fighting games, and I'm not good at them at all, but I have such a love for playing them that it's weird to me almost, weird. It's like I truly enjoy just playing offline, just screwing around, doing combos and stuff in Killer Instinct, or just playing in versus mode against just random characters in Ultra SF4, and it's my niche, and I didn't know that I was going to be like that when I started to get into it, because it's only been about a year.
Mm-hmm.
It's been pretty hot and heavy for about a year, and now I'm looking at my wants list, for the games that I want to get, in the next, whenever amount of time. So many fighting games, so many.
Yes.
And it's consuming me, and not only that, but I want to get a good fight stick for a couple more consoles. I really want to get a 360 fight stick, so I could play with friends that maybe have 360 games.
Yeah.
Street Fighter Cross Tekken or Ultra Street Fighter. That's one I don't talk about much. Street Fighter Cross Tekken. I love Street Fighter Cross Tekken.
I have not got to play that one yet. I want to play
it sometime, because it's so different from Street Fighter 4. Yet, if you're familiar with Street Fighter 4, you can totally get into it.
Right.
It's like Street Fighter 4 mashed up with Tekken Tag. It's like a good mix of the two.
And I like Tekken games back in the day. Tekken games were pretty cool.
Tekken Tag and Tekken Tag 2. I haven't played them, but I have Tekken Tag 1.
My girl Jury in there.
In
Tekken Tag or
SFXT.
Yeah.
Jury.
Yes.
I don't think Viper is. I don't think so. I know Jury is though. And there's probably a Tekken character or two that you would. So that's the best part, is you get to explore all these Tekken characters that now play kind of like Street Fighter characters.
Right.
They handle like Street Fighter characters. They don't play like them. They handle.
Well, yeah, especially since it's a lot more different, since it's now just. I assume it's still just a 2D fighter now.
2D, straight up 2D.
Because Tekken primarily has always been a 3D fighter.
Yeah. That's why this was such a big deal, for them. And now, actually, there's been a lot of chatter lately about Tekken Cross Street Fighter, which is the reverse.
Right.
We're going to see Street Fighter characters in Tekken game instead of Tekken characters in Street Fighter game. Ooh. So that could be possibly announced maybe early 2016.
I'd kind of like to see that, some 3D Hadouken action.
Yeah. Well, there's the EX games. Right. Those were 3D games. Street Fighter EX. There's 1, 2, and 3 of those. First two were on PlayStation. Third one was on PlayStation 2, but that's where they ended it.
Yeah.
I haven't played them, but I know they exist.
Yeah,
they are 3D games. Kind of like your Rival Schools, which was another Capcom fighter that was 3D, and then a lot of the characters, well, not a lot, some of the characters from Rival Schools ended up in Street Fighter. Like Sakura is Rival Schools character.
Yeah, right.
She ended up in Street Fighter, which is cool.
About the only fighting game I actually want to go back and on PlayStation and get, but it's going to be expensive as hell, buying it on Amazon, would be Bushido Blade. That was that sword fighting game that they had there.
Oh, that's on Dreamcast, I thought.
Dreamcast? It was on PlayStation as well, because I had a demo disc that had it on there, and me and Dad played the shit out of that.
Maybe I'm thinking of something else.
I
think it's Sword of the Berserk. That's what I'm thinking of.
And like I said, they may have also had it on Dreamcast. But I remember I played the demo.
Best part about Dreamcast, you can burn the games and play them on your system.
But we didn't tell you that.
We do not promote emulation. for pirating Dreamcast games. But it really works.
It does. It really do.
Yeah, for me, it's like some top games I'd like to get. I'd really like to get a copy of Mortal Kombat 9 because I don't actually have it. Street Fighter Alpha 2 on the Super Nintendo. Believe it or not, it was on Super Nintendo. Like, it's so weird that it's on the Super Nintendo, but it's like a PlayStation 1 game.
I still got to see if I still got my Turbo 2 on.
Yeah. What?
I don't know if I got it here or not.
I borrowed it once.
Did you?
It's not Turbo, it's New Challengers. Super Street Fighter 2. Yep.
Yep, Super Street Fighter 2.
Yep. I borrowed it at one point. That's how I knew.
Yeah.
So I knew you had it still.
Well, that's not my original copy though.
That's the one I remember.
Yeah.
You having. That's the one with T-Hawk and Vega and DJ and Cammy.
DJ, yeah.
Anyway, Street Fighter Alpha 2 on Super Nintendo. I'd like to get. That's kind of expensive. That's kind of a wet dream, I guess. Something I'd really like to have, but I'm not holding my breath. I made a list for a Facebook group I'm in the other day, and I can't remember all of them now. I wish I could. I'm going to try to find it real quick on Facebook.
You were way more social than I am.
That is not my fault that you are not social.
I am like the most antisocial person anyone can meet.
You have a Facebook, but you certainly don't use it.
Yeah, no, I'll rarely post Facebook and any other kind of like... Hell, even my YouTube account, come on in.
It's all good. No one, I use it maybe more than I should, but...
I like post a video up and then I go back into hermit mode.
Okay, here we go. Killer Instinct Gold for the N64. I'd like to get that. Fatal Fury Battle Archives, which is like the first 3 Fatal Fury games on PlayStation 2. Samurai Showdown Anthology on PlayStation 2. And Mortal Kombat 9.
I wouldn't mind getting a hold of... I don't know if you remember that. It was like a weird fighting game back on the Super Nintendo days. Primal Rage. It was like all kind of like different like gorillas and dinosaurs and shit fighting. I wouldn't mind getting that again.
Is it like Primal Rage?
I think that was the name. I think it was Primal Rage.
Yeah.
But I remember playing that, and then there was a weird fighting game on like the 64. Biofreaks.
Oh.
That was it was interesting. I mean, just say that. I mean, it was kind of, if I remember right, because this had been years ago, it kind of played a bit like that when Mortal Kombat started going 3D.
Yeah.
During those weird years.
Yeah.
We don't talk about them days. Like, really, that's when I kind of even quit on Mortal Kombat. Because I remember I played like that Sub-Zero anthology or whatever.
Oh, God, that game was horrible.
I played that, and then there was that Shaolin Monks, I think, came out.
There's way more Mortal Kombat games than there needs to be, probably.
Right. But, I mean, they just went in like weird directions there for a while. I mean...
Yeah. They're trying to stay relevant, but really... With Mortal Kombat 9 and 10 coming out now, I think they've realized, well, maybe we should have just stuck with what we did really well, and that's just be a really solid
fighter,
2D fighter. I mean, not anything against 3D, but like if you started out doing one thing, stick with that one thing.
Yeah, because usually, in the very rare cases, do like a 2D transition well to a 3D. Like, I think the only thing I can even think of that actually worked well, and it still wasn't even received that well, was, like, Sonic Adventures.
Yeah.
Like, going from Sonic 2D to that was awesome. But, I mean, people still were kind of like, I don't know about this 3D bullshit. And, after that, you got, like, Sonic 06.
Yeah, which we know how that goes.
Oh, boy.
All right, man. Let's wrap it up.
Alrighty. Well, this has been your boy Korrupt10n, and...
Dim huevos.
GM Waves. We are out. Hopefully we'll get done again next month.
Yeah, hopefully. Jeez.
It is a shorter month, so
doubt it.
Anyways, take care, y'all. We're out.
See ya.